Hello, hello, ladies. So today, rather than doing a live Facebook, I've chosen to do the recorded training for you today on kissing your old school stories about love goodbye. This is Jennifer. I'm really appreciative of you guys in the group, and I'd really would like you guys to, feel free to ask questions on what you want to know for your relationships. It'll help me to know where to focus on what you guys are needing to hear. So for the next week or two, though, I'm going to be focusing on teaching you guys a little bit about kissing your old school stories about love goodbye, because these stories, like I talked about in yesterday's announcement video, they're running in subconsciously. Some of them you may be aware of, and some of them you might not be. And what they're doing is, if you remember, I did here just a few weeks back, I gave you guys your Love Your Soul Manifesto, and one of the areas under that is about, where is it at in here? Emotionally healing is your responsibility to yourself in any relationship, really. Not just your relationship with your partner, but we all have those childhood wounds, but owning them and healing your past, and so that your present ego junk, so that you're not spewing that at your partner, because when he's triggering you, that's where it's coming from. Is that it's either you are triggered or you're triggering him, and it becomes an endless battle that you guys are both doing from your egos at that point, your wounded ego, rather than stepping aside. And just to give you an analogy on that, one of the things that recently, last night in fact, when I was watching the bull riding for the PBR with Stan, 8 seconds clicked into my head and immediately made me think of that trigger time. You have 8 seconds, just like in bull riding, that you can get to. I want you to get to the point when those triggers flare up, that you're asking yourself, is this his junk right now or mine? And if it's mine, if you guys need to come up with a way you can walk away so you can look at some things and not finish it, because even if you finish it, you're finishing it from an ego space anyway. You're not finishing it on a level you want to finish it on, and you're not going to accomplish what you want. So taking that 8 seconds, just like in bull riding, to step back and review that will make all the difference. And that is coming to the level of being a responsible, mature person looking, and when you're in the moment of your relationship too, from those triggers. So I want to, talk about those stories are running in your background and are getting triggered. And I just want you guys to take some time. I challenge you to sit down and take a look at which ones might be there. And those could be some, there could be more. As I was working on a couple of them that I'm going to be sharing with you guys over the next couple days, I realized it wasn't just one for me. There's been a couple. But these are how you feel, what you feel you need to do in order to be loved. And you're carrying that over and expecting that of your partner, even though it's not in soul alignment with yourself. And that's not the harmony you're obviously looking for. And I know this stuff sometimes isn't the most comfortable thing we want to look at. However, by looking at it and bringing it to the conscious light, you're disempowering it. Some of it, you have to do certain things with. And in the class, we're going to go over some techniques I have for helping you to disempower it. But just bringing it to the conscious light will help immensely, so that you're not triggered and always in that space and energy of not wanting to be. and that's causing you not to be happy. So you can learn from looking at these things, and this is the whole being vulnerable part, that we talked about. Vulnerability is that's you can't experience love or be the love without being vulnerable, but it begins with being vulnerable with yourself, and the level of which you are with yourself, you will then be with others. Of course, of who you feel safe with, because that's one of the biggest attributes I have seen in healthy relationships, is that when it's you feel safe. I hope that makes sense to you guys. By looking at some of these, again, I know they're not very comfortable, and the level of vulnerability that it takes to be willing to go in and look at some of these and bring them to the conscious light can put you in that energy place of yuck sometimes. However, that's the first step in having that awareness that will help you to take a look at them, disempower them, and kiss them goodbye, and you're done. Sometimes some of them teach us many layers. And those are probably your dominating ones. And again, we're going to be going over that the next couple of days more on some of the ones that you might have. So I just want to encourage you guys to take a look at some of these and take your manifesto out that I gave you that's in the files. If you haven't gotten it yet and you just came to the group, take a look at it. Along with this posting, check out the link. Again, during the first couple days when we're starting to talk about this, the class will be at an introductory rate of $17. And then from there, I'll decide if I'm going to keep it at that. And the class will either take place at the end of September or very early part of October. And I really just want to help you guys kiss these old stories about love goodbye and get them out of your subconsciousness so that you can have that healthy relationship you desire with yourself, which then reflects and will show in your partner automatically when you look at yourself first and learn to be this stuff with yourself. The other, I promise you, automatically falls into place, because that has been my experience the last 5 years in my relationship with Stanley. So I hope this helps you guys, and I will talk to you tomorrow. Please, please, I'm here to help you guys. Ask any questions you have and post them in the comments, and I'll be glad to answer them and what you need help with. I will talk to you guys more tomorrow or later tonight in the comments. Bye-bye.